So this hut is absolutely my favourite place in the world. I think whenever I come to this little hut in the woods, I have this sense of coming home, of coming to a place that, even though I have another home and other places where I go to, that this is, gosh, deeply my place. So it's a real place to come for perspective, and I try to get here once a week. When I'm lucky or organised, I come and stay overnight and can sleep here, because I often can get a little bit carried away in just being too busy, and this is where I come to chill, to try to slow down, to breathe, to reconnect with myself, and to remember who I am and nature of which I'm part. And I do also do my best work here. So if you have a bit of land that you call your own, you have access to timber, you fancy that little place to go and get away from the wild world that we're in, it's actually not that hard. And I'm not a particularly practical person, but I asked for 15 days of a carpenter, Jim McKean's time, and so I had 15 days of his time and lots of volunteer help, and we built this little place. It was built for a few £1,000s, partly because we have access to timber and partly because we rented a sawmill. We just, were able to create this little place. And I think there's something about both having this little place to come to, but also, as a not particularly practical person, when I was a teenager I used to make things. I built a lovely bookcase which I have at home, but generally I'm not that practical. And so the beauty of being able to work with timber and to make something like this, and to kind of find out what dwangs and noggins are and all of that stuff.
What are dwangs and noggins?
So the dwangs and noggins, if I'm right, actually, and gosh, please, somebody who's better off on this, but is the sort of the ins and outs of this. I think this is about. Is this about dwangs and noggins, or maybe it's the inside bit? But there's something about where it kind of comes out, and that also shows my beginning to learn how to use, even the sort of just the working with simple bits of wood and putting the planks together and all of that was really, for me, what was it? It was finding skills that I didn't know that I had, and of thinking, actually, for people to build huts like this, it's not a huge thing. You certainly need somebody who's better than you at working with wood, or if you're like me, you do. But that there is the joy of being able to work with wood, and there is the joy of being able to. We talk about homemaking, but that's often thought about domestic stuff in a house. This is really homemaking. This is really making one's little place to dwell in the woods. So this is my hut in this bit of the woods, and we have been working over the last few years on plans for another hut site, which is in this wood behind us called Cash Wood. It's a fairly modest size of wood. We have, just over the last few months, got planning consent for up to 15 huts in the wood, and they, like this, will be off-grid. They'll be a short walk from Pillars of Hercules, farm, shop and cafe. We already have a number of, particularly families, who are really keen to have a place. So they're mainly in cities or large towns, and really looking at, with their children, reconnecting to nature and wanting a little place in the woods. So within a year from now, I think this woodland will be buzzing with not just the sounds of the wildlife that is there and the birds that sing, but also of little voices playing around, making dens, enjoying hut life in the woods.